Hey guys, welcome back to Explain Games. So lately I've been doing a lot of gaming news videos and other bits and pieces. So today I'll be doing a good old 5 things right and wrong with video, because I haven't done one in a while. Now I'm not going to be doing a single game in particular, but instead I'll be doing a bundle of remastered games, and that is Batman Return to Arkham. This bundle includes remastered versions of both Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City. I'll be reviewing both of these games separately in the future, but today I'll be talking about what this remaster does right across both games. Now the reason I'm doing this is because many people believe that the remasters aren't as good as the originals, whereas a lot of people thought that it did a good job. So here is 5 things Batman Return to Arkham got right. So starting off this list, the first thing I think Batman Return to Arkham got right was that it was ported to next-gen consoles, or it was at the time, as it was ported to PS4 and Xbox One. Now I know you may be thinking, how does that make it a good remaster? And that's because PS4 and Xbox One controllers are just generally better. I personally find them a lot more comfortable than the older console controllers. Not only that, but the remaster also takes advantage of the newer console's hardware, as the loading times are way better than the original. That's not to say there are no loading times at all, but in general, I just think they're a bit quicker. But yeah, in general, I think ports to newer consoles are often better due to the comfort and the hardware that it provides, and this certainly makes Batman Return to Arkham a lot more enjoyable in my opinion, as there is so much less waiting, and I just think it's a better experience with that. So the second thing I think it did right was that it included all the downloadable content for both Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City. This meant all challenge maps, playable characters and skins were included in this bundle without having to buy or download anything. It was all there included. Now I know there's some people that get annoyed that this bundle doesn't have any extra DLC, but I think it's really nice that we have all of this included, especially for all the people that didn't have the opportunity to experience the DLC on the original versions of these games. Yeah, overall I think it's just really nice that we have all these included. It really gives the remaster a lot more content than the originals, especially if you didn't have all this DLC anyway. So the third thing Batman Return to Arkham got right is something that I think some of you may disagree with me on, but hear me out, because that is the graphical upgrade that these two games received. However, when I say this, I mean in particular areas, because I know a lot of people were really annoyed by changes in things like lighting and colour palettes. But what I'm on about is upgrades in things like textures and shaders and materials, because there's a clear difference between this and the original. The textures in this bundle are much clearer and of a much higher quality. Things like textures on the characters like Batman's capes definitely look a lot better than the original. Not only that, but you can also see things like the fibres in each of the characters' suits a lot more clearly. And although I agree with a lot of people that the lighting may not be as good as the original, but there are some places where it just looks a bit better, using slightly more advanced techniques such as volumetric lighting, which certainly gives it an upper hand over the original, but unfortunately it's often overshadowed by the generally poor lighting in the rest of the remaster. But overall, I think that is a clear quality difference between this and the original. I certainly think things like textures and shaders and so on have certainly been improved quite a bit. So the next thing that I think it got right is something a little bit niche, but I think it's still worth talking about because it's one of the most notable differences between the original version and the remastered version of Arkham Asylum, and that is the addition of rain when walking around the Arkham Asylum outside. Now I think it's quite clear that Rocksteady wanted to include rain in Arkham Asylum. It features in a lot of cutscenes, and when inside some of the buildings you can hear thunderstorms outside. And a lot of the Arkham guards are wearing raincoats. Now, a lot of people have speculated that Rocksteady couldn't include rain due to technical limitations, or that they ran out of time. So I think it's a nice touch from Virtuose, the creators of this remaster, to include rain in Arkham Asylum. It certainly fits in my opinion, and really helps add to the atmosphere. Now, of course, the rain effects, especially on Batman's cape for example, aren't quite as good as those in Arkham Knight, but I still think it's a nice touch, and although I don't think this remaster got a whole lot right, I think that adding rain to Arkham Asylum is definitely one of the best things it did. So the fifth and final thing that it got right was again something that's open for debate, and that is the cutscenes. Now, I'm going to be honest, not much has changed between the original and the remastered cutscenes, but there's a few things that are better. For example, the cutscenes are a bit clearer than the original, and in some of them there's less shaking and blur, which makes them again a little bit clearer to watch. Now, I know a lot of people were really unhappy about the redesign of Batman's mouth in Arkham Asylum in particular, and it's particularly obvious in the cutscenes. But we'll put that aside for another time, because this video is about 5 things this remaster did right. But I think overall the cutscenes are generally a little bit clearer and have been refined in things like the visual effects. But it's a little bit of a shame that a couple of design choices slightly ruined them a bit. And if there is another remaster for, say, PS5 and Xbox Series X, then I hope they do fix those issues. But I think that's unlikely. I think we'll have to make do with the ones we got now. So they were my picks of 5 things Batman Return to Arkham got right. If you guys have ever played this remastered version, then please comment down below what you think about it. I'd love to hear all you guys' opinions. I'll of course be doing 5 things Batman Return to Arkham got wrong very soon. And I know I've kept saying this for a while now, but I'm hoping to get my hands on a camera for live stream soon, so stay tuned for that. That's about it guys. If you want to see me do more content like this, then please be sure to hit that subscribe button below. With that, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.